Howdy folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into part 1, and I believe it will be multiple parts, of my Lord of the Rings figure collection. If you've seen my videos on my 12-inch G.I. Joe collection, you'll know that I'm in the early parts of a move. And I actually had these figures here packed and ready to go into storage. But I received an email or message from fellow YouTube friend Nine Fires, hang loose there, and he was asking about Lord of the Rings figures that did not have any of the gimmicks or I guess had limited gimmicks. And I can totally understand with Nine Fires because I am not a fan of gimmicks, especially if it impedes the articulation of the figure. And I had these guys packed up, but I had to help out a fellow YouTube friend. So I took these guys out of the packaging and decided to see which ones had gimmicks and which ones would actually impede, say, the articulation of the figure. But much like the 12-inch G.I. Joe collection that I shot video of, I decided to go ahead and just shoot a video of the figures that I have here. And go over each one briefly and show Nine Fires as well. The articulation of the figure. As you can see, most of my collection is still sealed in the package, so we're going to have to go through the articulation from what we can see in the packaging. So, and this collection here it's an alright size collection. I don't think I have even up to 50% of what Toy Biz made. And I've been slowly trying to catch up and finding other figures. So I like to say I have a nice collection now, but I don't think it's half of what Toy Biz released here. But now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the open figures I do have here. And you can see here, these are the 4 hobbits. These hobbits here were from the Fellowship of the Ring in the green Half Moon packaging, and Merry and Pippin here came in a 3-pack that also included a Moria goblin. And these figures are nice, but they are severely hampered in the articulation on at least the early hobbits. And you can see here there's no articulation in the elbows, knees, or ankles, and it's really hard to pose these hobbit figures, early hobbit figures, especially at the ankles here, because the ankles, the feet and the ankles, there's a swivel joint beneath the pants here, but that's about it. Yeah, and you can see that the feet on these guys are angled, so you really can only pose these guys in certain positions on there, so which is unfortunate. But Toy Biz improved on the hobbits. The only thing I think is a bit of a problem is that I believe these guys are the only hobbits from the Fellowship of the Ring movie. I don't have the 9-pack gift pack, so I don't know if those hobbits are the same or not. Which, but the later releases of the hobbits, they're either from the Two Towers or the Return of the King. So these are, as far as I'm aware, are just the only releases of from Fellowship of the Ring that had this limited articulation, other than this one of Frodo here, who you can see has knee articulation but no ankle articulation, so this is still kind of limited. This one was in the gift, not the gift pack, but the 2-pack with Sam with the elven boat on here, and I can't find Sam or the elven boat on there, but those are the hobbits here. And they also came with these capes here, which I'm not really too much of a fan of, because they're just kind of preformed, even though they're nice and soft, but they're still preformed on there. Taking a look over here, this one here is not a Toy Biz Lord of the Rings. This is a Toy Vault Gimli on there. This is, I guess, the one that had the license before Toy Biz acquired the movie license on here. It's got some articulation here, but no articulation at the ankles as well on this figure here. You can see some of the joints on the shoulders and elbows and knees, and that's about it, and swivel joints at the hips and waist and neck on there. Still, I like this figure when I first saw it. I believe I purchased this in 1999. Here we have the elven archer who shouldn't have been at Helm's Deep, but I already made a video of this guy here, so you can take a look at that video. And this one here has a severe gimmick on the shoulder there, and I'm just not too happy with this particular elven archer. I don't think he was ever reproduced in the trilogy edition on there. And this guy here, I really love this guy. This is the Berserker Uruk-hai that came with the Elven Archer, and he also comes single carded. And I have a video of this guy as well. Unfortunately, his sword here is whacked, but he has a fair amount of articulation. He does have a gimmick, and this button here for that swing action right here. But the arms are ratcheted, so they can still pose even though they have the this gimmick here. You can see it has a hinge, and it actually moves up and down on a ratchet, so it's not too bad on the articulation of this guy. It's just this knob on this back is really kind of sucks. I guess for Nine Fires, I don't know if you ever find this guy. I guess this guy looks so badass. You could probably just clip that off. Yeah, right there. But continuing on, we have here the Uruk-hai warrior that came with Gimli, right there, on a 2-pack from the Fellowship of the Ring. And this guy has a gimmick as well. It's right here, and I have a video of this guy as well. And basically he swings back and forth with your thumb here. And his, I believe it's his waist that's limited due to the gimmick on this guy. Just very detailed though. I really love the armor on that guy. Then we have here Gimli from that 2-pack. Very good likeness of the dwarf. This guy's articulation though is very limited. You can see there's no articulation at the knees or the ankles. Even the waist has no articulation. This one, you can see here, it looks like there was at least a swivel cut, but it's not on there. Which is unfortunate, because this is a very good rendition of Gimli. And I believe there was a single carded version. I don't know if this is the same one. And there's also another Gimli in a gift pack, which I don't know if it's the same or if it's a modified version of Gimli there. Next up, we have here the Morgul Lord, Witch King of Angmar, from the Return of the King line. And he was in the trilogy edition. He didn't appear in the original Return of the King line. And this is a very nice detailed figure as well. And it does have a fair amount of articulation. He does have a gimmick for the sword swinging action here. But it's nicely hidden beneath his cloak here. And the only problem I have are the shoulders. You can't. There are hinges on the shoulders, but you cannot really put the arms out to the side on there. But there's a rotation here at the elbow, and there's a swivel at the waist on there. It's very nicely detailed, layers of detail. Just this shoulder here I have a problem with, and I'll shoot a video of this guy sometime soon on there. And we have here the Haradrim Archer, which is a very nicely articulated figure. I like this one. The only problems I had were with his hands. They were just too loose. And I don't know where his bow went. But he could not hold his bow, fortunately, unless you had it really glued on or just had it somehow. I had it up against his leg here just to prop him up with the bow. It was a nice looking bow too, and I have a video of this guy as well. But he's very nicely articulated, double jointed knees, elbows. You got I think a hinge swivel wrist, whole bunch of articulation points on this guy. Now we have here the Moria Goblin that came with the Merry and Pippin 3-pack, I guess you could say. He's actually nice, just has a few points with the articulation in that he doesn't have any articulation at the knees, which I don't know if is too bad or not, because normally these goblins are always in a crouching position anyway, so but and there's no swivel at the wrist. There's a hinge joint though. But it's very nicely detailed. I like the detail on this, and his helmet's removable. You can see here, he actually looks like Quark a little bit from Deep Space Nine, and he even has a articulated top knot. It's kind of cool on there. Very nice. And we have here. I've done a video on Eowyn. We have Eowyn and Eomer here, and they have a gimmick as well, which is in the back here, and it's nicely hidden on Eowyn's. And she has a fair amount of articulation. I really like this. And this one surprised me because I didn't think she was very articulated at all. But she's actually nicely articulated. Even has beneath the armor like a swivel elbow there. This arm broke off. I had to super glue it. But even with the gimmick, it's a ratcheted arm. So you can still pose it in and out all the way around. So that's actually quite nice on there. And Eomer has a gimmick as well, and you can see it's hidden behind his thing here. Oh wait, no, this one does not have a button. This one has the swinging action, I believe, which is I have a video of this as well, but which hampers his waist articulation, because I believe it's got a spring swing. You swing his body to the left or right, and then it swings back with the sword on there. But he still has articulation at other places as well. Single jointed knees though. And the last open figure I have here is Aragorn, which I believe is the best likeness to the actor. All the other Aragorns I just have not been really happy with. They just don't look like Viggo, and I think it's because the actor is just very hard to capture in action figure form. But I believe this is the best likeness of Viggo Mortensen. And this figure came with the Horse and Rider set, which severely limits the articulation of this guy. You can see he has a swivel shoulder. He has no articulation at the knees or even ankles, or I don't even know if the legs are articulated. These are rubbery legs to go on the horse on there, but it's the best likeness of the actor. I really love this figure here. Looks like I'm running up to 15 minutes, so we'll go ahead and continue to part 2. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.